Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? Today we are going to learn what is descriptive analysis. It is one of the fundamental analysis and initial analysis when we start quantitative data analysis. So, in a short while, I will explain what is descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is also called summary statistics. It is the initial analysis of the data, whether we have time series data, cross-sectional data, or panel data. So when we start quantitative analysis of our data, so at the initial level, we want to see various statistical characteristics of the data. Whatever the variables we have included in our data, we want to see some basic statistical features of our variables. Like we want to see the number of observations, missing values, mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, minimum value, maximum value, and some features of the normal distribution like the skewness, kurtosis, percentile. So these are the basic descriptive statistical features which we want to see at initial level. Let me give you the example. This is the example of the summary statistics, or you can say descriptive statistics. So this table shows that there are 5 variables starting from the ITL, job satisfaction, perceived equity, burnout, job characteristics. So these are the variables, and against each variable, we have summary statistics. So this table basically shows the basic summary of our variables. Like our first variable is ITL, it is intention to leave. Uh, the next column against the variable shows the N. N stands for the number of observations. So number of observations of ITL is 174. So there are 174 entries of ITL in our sheet. The minimum value of the ITL variable is 1. And the maximum value which ITL has 4 with the mean value. Mean shows the average value. And the average value of the ITL is 2.589, which shows the central tendency of the distribution of ITL. In the whole distribution, the average value is 2.589 with the minimum value of 1 and the maximum value of 4. And what is the overall deviation of the data from the mean value? Like if you pick any value from the data sheet, so how much that observed value is different, is deviated from the mean value. So what is the value of deviation? This shows the standard deviation, that is 0.769. That each variable, each observed value of the variable is deviated from the mean value by 0.769, right? So standard deviation, the variance, both shows the average value of the variation, the deviation of the observed value from the mean value. So this is the description of the ITL. Same description can be given for the job satisfaction, which has 173 observations with the minimum value of 1 and the maximum value of 5. In whole 173 entries, the job satisfaction has minimum value of 1 and maximum value of 5. In the whole data set, the average value or the mean value of the job satisfaction is 2.931, which shows the central value or the representative value of all the observed value in the data set. The standard deviation of the job satisfaction is 1.169, which means that the observed value in the data set is deviated from the mean value by 1.169, right? And the average value of the deviation or the variation is 1.169. We do not need to explain the value of the variance because variance is standardized in the form of standard deviation, right? So I hope you got the understanding of how we can describe the basic characteristics of each variable. So in the same way, you can describe the summary statistics of other variables. And as I described earlier, that this is the summary statistics. In a detailed descriptive analysis, some other features like skewness, kurtosis, and these are the uh, uh, distribution characteristics of each variable, which can be shown to whether to see the normal distribution of the data, whether to see the peakness of the data uh, or the tendency of the data on the right or the left side of the normal distribution. We can also see the percentile distribution of the data. So in the detailed summary statistics, we can see some other features. Thank you so much